What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today's a filming location day from my favorite movie, probably number one, Back to the Future. So much of the movie was shot right here at Universal Studios. Got the clock tower set, Town Square, Hill Valley, skateboard chase, all that was done here. I'm not going to Universal Studios today, but I'm excited. We got some cool spots that are very close by. Let's do it. All right, this first spot is not far from Universal Studios, pretty much directly across the street. It's at the Universal Hilton. And this spot is from part 2, when Marty is being chased out of the hotel by Biff and his thugs. Runs down these steps. Loses them, outsmarts them. Something about that scene is just so cool. The way he does it, the way it's shot, just stuck in my mind. Biff came through that door, looked over the ledge, and you can still see some of the paint that was here back when they were shooting. That big arrow indicating that that's where the roof is. Also, it looks like someone may have been murdered here. All right, on to the next spot. All right, behind me here is another classic spot from the opening of the movie. And actually where I'm standing right now is where Doc's garage would have been. They built that structure right here. And Marty exited, hopped on his skateboard. Doc's garage would have been right there. Marty kicks the fence open, cruises past. Heads down the road on his way to school. All right, the next spot is right there behind me. It is directly across the street from the Greek Theater, on the way up to the Griffith Observatory. This is where Marty prepared the DeLorean for his run towards the clock tower at the end of the movie. Pulls the DeLorean up, fixes the lightning rod, and takes off. After a little car trouble. This is it right here. It's another very cool spot right next to here. All right, this next spot is another classic location from part 2. This is the tunnel from the end of the movie. Marty's trying to get the almanac back from Biff. One of the cooler sequences in the whole movie, in my opinion. The hoverboard chase through here. Not as long as it seems in the movie. Looks exactly as it did. Obviously, not much has changed. Doc swoops in just in time with the DeLorean. Biff spins out into the manure truck. Classic. This spot was also used in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. This was the entrance to Toontown. Another classic. Same director, Robert Zemeckis, likes this spot. All right, this spot is also in Burbank at the McCambridge Recreation Center. And this is where Marty auditioned for the Battle of the Bands. Got up on stage, started doing his thing, and they were just too darn loud. That's Huey Lewis, by the way. I didn't know that for a long time. I always assumed that this was the same gym from the dance, but it's not. It would make sense that it would be. I don't know why they chose not to do it that way. But nonetheless, this is where they shot that scene. Open to the public. Another short but memorable scene. Can you believe Eric Stoltz was right here? And if you are a child of the 80s like me and you're in the area, you might as well stop by the Wonder Years house. It's about 2 blocks away. There it is. Now, the dance was filmed here at the Hollywood United Methodist Church on Franklin Street, right in the heart of Hollywood. It's pretty rare that you can actually get inside this and see the locations. I have been in here once before. I got super lucky because it was done up as it was for the movie for a special event, a dance that they had here. So this is where all the dance sequences were shot. The Kiss, Johnny Be Good, all that was done inside this gymnasium right here. That little hallway where he tells them to go easy on him if he ever accidentally sets fire to the living room rug. All that was right here. All right, we have a lot more spots to hit. Now we find ourselves a few miles east in Pasadena. There's a couple really iconic spots here, including the one I'm standing in front of, the Gamble House, which was Doc's mansion. There's that scene when they're running across the lawn here. Marty and Doc over to the garage. Marty's trying to convince Doc that he is, in fact, from the future. And that was Doc's workshop, which in the movie, the mansion burns down, and then this becomes Doc's home and workshop. And that's where the Burger King is eventually built, right here. None of the interiors were shot here. That was another location, but all the exterior, all those establishing shots, done right here. Good night, future boy. There's a couple interesting things about this street. Not only does it have the tree and Lorraine's house, it also has George's house and Biff's house on the same street. And there's Biff's grandma's house. In part 2, pulls in, smashes into this bush. Could be why it's shorter than the other. But yeah, that was it. Had the fence out front. That scene with the 2 Biffs in the garage back there. Marty gets locked in the garage, Doc pulling up on his bike. A lot of cool scenes right here. Here's George's house. I love that scene when they're up front here. That scene in the backyard was shot here. What a cool house. He's a peeping Tom. Still looks very similar. Fell out into the street. Marty jumps in, gets hit by the car. There's a lot of productions that shot on this street, including Teen Wolf starring Michael J. Fox. There's an interesting story that happened on this street. If you don't know, Eric Stoltz is an actor who was originally cast to play Marty. They shot about half of the movie or more with him playing Marty McFly. As production went on, the director, Robert Zemeckis, Bob Gale, the writer, and some of the studio heads felt he wasn't a good fit. However, they had shot most of the movie already. So both Back to the Future and Teen Wolf were shooting on this street at the same time. Michael J. Fox was playing Teen Wolf. Eric Stoltz was playing Marty McFly. Michael J. Fox tells a story about being here, dressed in the Teen Wolf outfit, and being so envious of Eric Stoltz. And he had this cool movie that was a Steven Spielberg movie, and Robert Zemeckis, and here he was dressed like a werewolf. Little did he know that eventually he would be recast as Marty McFly, and it would be the biggest hit of his career. And I can't come to this neighborhood without at least stopping by Pee-wee's house. There it is. Wow. Also from 1985, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. What a good year for movies. That scene when he comes up here and him and Francis have it out. War of the Words right here. Pee-wee rolls on the ground with laughter. Very cool. All right, guys, this next one's right up here around the corner. This is another iconic spot from all three movies. Probably gonna be pretty recognizable just from the trees that line the street. This is the McFly Residence, Marty's house. Power lines in the back, which is why they chose the house. The director liked the look of that. Kind of a little bit of a foreshadowing thing with the lightning bolt. So many scenes were shot here from all three movies, including the end when they take off in the DeLorean down the street. I mean, it doesn't get much cooler than that. All right, everyone, this is a good one. I'm standing in the Penta Hills Mall. This parking lot behind me is where Marty meets Doc and sees the DeLorean for the first time. Doc's van is parked very close to where mine is, right there. Unloads the back, we see the DeLorean for the first time. Comes along here. Einstein gets in the car, sends him down this way. Car gets up to speed. Doc and Marty are standing right over here when the DeLorean first gets up to 88 for the first time. So there you have it, everyone. I hope you had a good time. Still got tons of spots to hit from this movie and many others in future videos, so subscribe, like, please comment below, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the future.